Christine Anderson, thank you so much for taking the time out of
course.
your day. Today there was a development in the chat control which has caused havoc across the world about
Yes, it
the
has.
European Union
Yes.
supervising and intruding on privacy, really.
Exactly.
So what's happened?
Okay, so what happened is on March 11th, in our last plenary session, we actually had the file on for a vote. And believe it or not, a large majority in the House actually rejected it. So what we said is we will not condone the mass scanning of all chat messages, whatever. Because, I mean, let's be honest here. We're not protecting children from sexual exploitation or from child pornography. What this would actually do would be a major invasion in the privacy of every single person around the planet, pretty much. So every single citizen. So we're talking about, you know, your chat groups with your family, with your friends, whatever. You're just, you know, giving your daughter a shopping list or whatever for grocery shopping or whatever. It would all be scanned. This is what we're talking about. Now take that and look at what would the people say if the government came out and said, well, by the way, the letters you're sending each other, guess what, we're going to open them all and we're going to take a look at what you're writing each other. I mean, all hell would break loose, right? But now in this digital form, it seems to be okay somehow. No, it's never okay. And this is why I keep saying, in a society where the citizen knows everything about the government, that is what you call a democracy. In a society, however, where the government knows everything about the citizen, that is a totalitarian regime. And Ursula von der Leyen might take note of this. Yes, we still want those text messages, by the way. But no, what happened was, so we rejected that, right? So chat control effectively was off the table. I mean, not entirely, because they will never take no for an answer, but it was off the table. And here we go again. So we now have a proposal on the table. We will vote on the very same file again that we had just rejected on March 11th with a rather large majority.
Isn't this just the way of the left, though? They keep introducing until they get it through.
Well, actually, this time it's not, it's hard for me to say this, but this time it's not the fault of the left, actually. This time it's the Christian Democrats. Right? They want to somehow back the Commission, since Ursula von der Leyen is one of them, and it's also the Council. They didn't like that the Parliament rejected that proposal. So it's actually the Christian Democrats. So what we had today, it was a proposal of the Green Party today to not vote on this file again, which my party, of course, supported because, hey, I mean, if you repeat votes until the result fits, what kind of a message are we sending to the people, right? Either we take votes and that is our conviction and we stand by it, or we just repeat it however much we want to do it. So, but this proposal from the Greens today, that was not accepted. So we will tomorrow actually vote on the very same file again that we had already rejected on March 11th. And once again, it's just their way of saying, look, we will not take no for an answer. We don't care what the people want. We will do whatever we feel is right. And if we think it is for the best of the country, of course, and for the best of you, that we scan all your private messages, we will keep pushing until we get there. And we just need to stop that. And this is pretty much, what happened today. So we will try tomorrow to have, once again, a majority to just block it.
Well, let's hope you do, because this is pretty much making privacy illegal. You cannot have a private life anymore because everything is digital. But this was under the Democratic Shield umbrella, no? Chat control is a part.
No, that was actually, no, that is the new thing they come up with now.
Okay, so that's how.
I mean, in order, and listen very carefully, in order to protect our democracy, they have to get rid of democracy, pretty much. That's what they're doing. So they're claiming, oh, we're so afraid for our democracy and we need to shield it. What they're claiming they're shielding it from foreign interference, manipulation. But that's actually not what they're doing. What they're doing is they're shielding the democracies from their very own citizens, so that you wouldn't be able to write on social media what you want, right? So the police would show up. So they pretty much want to, once again, want to have the transparent citizen, where the government knows everything about the citizens. Though they are not afraid for democracy, they're actually afraid of democracy.
Yes.
And once again, claiming to wanting to protect democracy, they're actually abolishing it. So they come up with all kinds of stuff. It of course includes the trusted flaggers. We're talking here. Then you have deletions of social media posts, scanning once again, and everything that is not in line with the politically desired narrative, they will just delete it from social media. What we've seen during COVID, for instance, right? All these nasty conspiracy theories, most of them turned out to be true, by the way, by now. So that's pretty much what they're trying to do. I mean, we had the example in Romania where, a rather successfully looking candidate was simply taken off the ballot with unsubstantiated allegations of being a Russian, whatever, shill, Putin shill, or whatever they called him. To this day, they have not provided a single shred of evidence. But at the same time, and this is how insane this actually is, they are celebrating that as a success in preserving and protecting democracy. And they made reference within that committee, the European Democracy Shield, within that committee, it was referenced several times that it was a success in Romania, and that's why we need to keep going forward, protecting our democracy. I'm actually lacking the words of describing how insane this is. What they're also thinking about is having some kind of a intelligence kind of center where all the information would come together.
Centralized intelligence.
Exactly.
For the European Union,
so, but of what?
Yeah.
Not of the foreign alleged interference, but the intelligence of what people, their very own citizens, are writing on social media. This is what's going on.
Thank you, Christine. I wish you the best of luck in trying to block these things, and we will keep
trying.
a careful eye on it. But until then, you do a great job. So thank you very much for taking the time out of your day again. And
of course.
I'll see you again.
Thank you so much for having me. And you take care of the little one here.
Oh, yeah.
She is a cutie.
She is a cutie, isn't she? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.